Hello, welcome to Black, White, Gray, Yellow. This being my first video, I figure I should start by explaining what the name Black, White, Gray, Yellow means and what this channel is all about. Oh, and who I am. Hi, I'm Diana. Black, White, Gray, Yellow is fundamentally a channel about communication. Wait, really? In particular, I want to focus on difficult conversations. You know, the kind that are hard to have because too easily we get all riled up and angry. So spell it out for me. Politics, religion, and relationships. Oh, this can't go badly. To clarify, Black, White, Gray, Yellow is not a channel about religion, politics, or relationships. It's a channel about how to talk about politics, religion, and relationships. This keeps most of my own opinions out of it and hopefully makes it easier for you to have more effective conversations with the people that you love. Or maybe more importantly, people that you might not. Don't worry, I am not gonna ask you to understand where the other side is coming from. No, genuinely, I'm here for you. I'm actually gonna try to get the other side to understand where you're coming from. Potentially all the other sides. And then I'm just gonna ask you to stick around while I do the same for everybody. Conversations are difficult, especially conversations like this that so quickly lead to anger, defensiveness, and other behavior that can damage relationships. So we silo ourselves into echo chambers where we only ever talk about these things with people who already agree with us. Bill Bishop describes this concept in his book, The Big Sort, not to be confused with The Big Short, like I did about 1,000,000 times trying to record this. Now, one consequence of this, of course, is that it makes it very difficult for us to get anything done when we have to work together, such as in any kind of democratic government. But there are worse consequences. The echo chambers foster ideas about everybody outside of them, which they aren't around to refute. And the more outlandish the tales, the faster they take off. This leads, and has led politically, to an escalation of tension where we no longer believe that the other side just disagrees with us. We believe that they are actively working against everything that we're for, including our very existence. This is a myth we'll talk about in another video, but no wonder people find it difficult to remain calm and collected enough to have a mature conversation when we feel like our very lives and livelihoods are at stake. In relationships, this can lead to nasty fights, which can then spread negativity from those people to everyone around them, and actually that can shorten your lifespan. In religion, it can and has led to genocide. And in politics, we're seeing the effects play out right now with less compromise and more extremism every day. Viewers in the US might be surprised to learn that this political phenomenon isn't restricted to the States. Tensions like this have been rising in democracies all over the world, and experts on the subject believe our democracies are threatened. Barbara F. Walters' recent book, How Civil Wars Start, explains a lot of this research and talks about how bad things could get, even here in the US and elsewhere, if we don't find a way to come back together. Now, I have a vested interest in not wanting another American Civil War. One, I live in the US, and that would just be bad for a lot of reasons. Two, this is one of those things they tell you not to put on the internet. I'm in the Army National Guard. Whoa, didn't see that coming. Get it? Because I'm camouflaged? Which means it's my job to protect your homes, your families, and your livelihoods in the event of domestic violence on American soil. Now, I am prepared to do that. It's part of the reason why I joined the National Guard, but I'd really rather we just didn't. This is a perfect opportunity for me to segue into a disclaimer that all opinions expressed on this channel are mine alone and do not necessarily reflect any institution with which I'm affiliated. That includes my day job too. So the ultimate goal of this channel is de-escalation. There may come a time for violence in any situation, but if we can learn how to more effectively communicate with one another, I don't believe we need to be there yet. So, how do we do that? In many of the cases where we've siloed ourselves into camps, we've built narratives that paint each situation as black and white. No nuance, maybe some exceptions, but no compromise. Now, I'm all for useful simplifications. You'll hear me use a lot of analogies. But so far, the black-white analogy has only been useful for raising tensions, keeping us at each other's throats, and preventing us from working together toward any kind of common ground. Because, of course, we believe that there is no common ground. Again, another video. It is worth asking who those outcomes are useful for. Okay, so we put a little bit more nuance back into it. Sometimes both the black and the white, or at least pieces thereof, are correct. They aren't actually always mutually exclusive. Now, obviously, this makes several of our problems more complicated, but complicated problems lead to us arguing over which is the best solution, which is several steps in the right direction ahead of arguing over who is more correct in describing half the problem. Obviously, black plus white equals gray. Now, we all understand the concept of shades of gray, but there is a fourth case. Sometimes the issue isn't really about black or white at all, and where we really need to be looking is somewhere completely off the gray scale. Say a nice bright yellow. I see what you did there. And by the way, yes, these concepts work equally well whether we're talking about politics, religion, or relationships. That is, whether the argument is with your uncle over his party affiliation, or your grandparents about the fate of your soul, or with your partner about who really should have been the one to do the dishes. You're just trying to save the world, aren't you? So that's it for this video, but I'm really excited to start digging into this with you. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you like the concept for this channel, please subscribe. Also, please write in the comments below what conversations you're having difficulty having with the people you disagree with. Please keep the comments positive and constructive, and I'll do my best to respond. Thanks everyone. Until next time, my name's Diana, and this has been Black, White, Gray, Yellow. Let the chaos begin.